Yo, yo, yo. What's up, gym owners? Headed to the gym. The thing I wanted to talk to you today about is the number one mistake you're making that's preventing you from growing your business is underestimating what it really takes in order to get a client. Now, I remember when I had my gym, one of my main rules was one new client a day. If I got one new client a day, then guess what? I knew I would be able to grow my gym. Now, that's not one lead a day, that's one client a day. And the reality is, if you want one client a day, you're absolutely going to need more than one lead a day. So, and here's what I mean by underestimating what it takes. You underestimate what it takes in order for the outcome to come to fruition. So think about it like fitness. If someone wanted to lose weight and gain muscle at the same time, they actually have to do quite a lot. They got to train at least 3 times a week. They need to change their eating. That means they need to change how they buy food. That means they need to plan a bit more about their nutrition. They need to sleep well because they need to get enough rest so that their body can recover. They need to drink enough water. And more importantly, the thing that's really going to determine it isn't just the actions they take. It's, do they see themselves doing this or not? And do they see themselves as someone who is capable of doing this on a consistent basis? Or do they see themselves as not? Same thing it goes for when leads come in. Are you able to adapt yourself to call the leads that you need, or do you fall through? Like, I see this so many times, and a lot of gym owners say, I'm a salesman. But then when we pour leads in their business, they don't call their leads. They don't close deals. And so as much as you might say it, another way to admit it is, if you've never closed like 5 people a week consistently for years, closing referrals and warm leads is not closing. Closing someone who's already pre-qualified is not closing. Closing someone who is a referral is not closing. Closing someone who brings in a friend is not closing. What is closing is getting cold members, cold leads who don't know you, who don't trust you, who have no relationship with you, and actually having them come into the gym, trying a workout, and then from there, signing up with you. If you could do that, guess what? You can close. But until you can have a conversation with someone on the phone, until you can actually be able to have a stranger provide you finances and give you their credit card and charge hundreds of dollars a month, and they stay with you for 6 to 12 months, and doing that at scale, unfortunately, the truth is you are not a closer. Now, the other side of that is, could you become one? 100%. Here are some very basic actions that you need to take and you need to remember. Number 1, you need to call your leads. You need to call them quick. You need to call them often. I'll say this again for the people in the back. You need to call them quickly. You need to call them often. Because if our lead generation is getting you a ton and you are not on top of that part, this is one of the biggest reasons, because people have the notion that, oh, they gave us their information, oh, they should be answering. And it's like, this tells me that you are inexperienced when it comes to this process. So, because if you get, 20 leads a week, you're not closing 20 people. You're not closing that amount. What is really happening is you're building your pipeline. Just because someone doesn't close now, it doesn't mean they aren't open to having a conversation in the future. So, a couple ways to look at this is, 1, you need to call your leads often. You need to call them quickly. Number 2, you need to create a strategy in your business that can accommodate this type of flow in. It's not about, the leads are bad, or, it's like your mindset is making you quit too early. Your mindset is making you believe that the leads are bad. Your mindset is making you think that the people on the other side of this digital wall of social media aren't interested, they're not serious, and they don't want it. It's like, well, they do want it. It's just, here's the funny thing. You think that they don't want it, but the reality is, if you aren't getting to a point where you're actually having a conversation with them, what's happening is you're quitting too early. You're the one who's believing that the leads are fake. You're the one who's unfortunately telling yourself that these people aren't high quality. Unfortunately, your business cannot accommodate a big lead flow, which tells me the stress test, I think about this, the stress test of flooding your business with leads, your business is inadequate, because it really starts with you. It really starts with your beliefs, because here's why I think that. Because I have literally gyms right now who are closing deals off of very similar strategies, off of very similar approaches, and probably in the same neck of the woods, in the same part of town, in the same area. And if you're like, well, my gym's different, it's not. If you're like, oh, my area's different, it's probably not. If you're like, oh, what, it's and the funny thing is, it's literally just excuses. It's excuse after excuse after excuse, which is funny. Not funny, but it's interesting to be able to see the different gyms that succeed at different levels and the ones who have a really tight back end process. Like, lead comes in, we double dial, we triple dial every single day for 7 days straight. If you do that, you're like, oh, I'm bothering, they gave us their information. Of course I'm bothering them. Of course I'm going to reach out. That's my job. That's my role. Why wouldn't I do that? Because these are leads. On the other side of this are people who want to lose weight. And if they even fill out some type of form that says, hey, I want to lose weight, and you keep calling you, like, there's a legitimate reason why they put in their information, then guess what? They're open. It's just you lack the conviction, you lack the persistence, and you lack the follow-through in order to turn opportunities into growing your gym. Now, if you do not have this problem, if you do not have this issue, then guess what? Awesome. I'm super happy for you. But in my experience, a lot of small gym owners who are trying to get past a breaking point, the reason why they're stuck is because they literally do not have a well-tuned sales process. Now, they tend to have this belief that they're closers, but we pour in hundreds of leads, and all of a sudden they're like, I can't, oh, it's the leads, oh, it's this, oh, it's that, and I just hear, this is excuses, bro. What are we doing? What are we doing? So if you are looking to grow your gym and you have a sales process that can accommodate 20 people a month, guess what? You are unique, and you can really grow, and you're probably growing by now and not experiencing those issues. But if you aren't dealing with that, and you do need help, comment below, send me a DM, let's have a conversation. Other than that, have a good one. Peace.